At 9 o'clock, I am Khomotso Mapani. Interpreting in sign language is Kilebongi Babitseng Okatusa. Good evening and a warm welcome to you. Let's take a look at the headlines. Newly launched, the Moletlotlo initiative to realign farming in Botswana towards a more commercial approach. Botswana Defence Force concerned with rising incidents of gender-based violence, suicide and depression among its members. And in sports, the Mares start off on a bad note, suffering a 2-0 defeat against host Tanzania in a Paris 2024 Olympic qualifier. Government today launched the Moletlotlo initiative that aims to realign farming in Botswana towards a more commercial approach. Speaking at the launch of the program during a Khotla meeting in Kanye, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi said the initiative aims to help farmers through debushing and buying of tractors at subsidized rates, amongst others. The Moletlotlo replaces the ISPAD program.
The long-awaited Moletlotlo program that replaces ISPAD has been launched. Addressing Khotla meeting in Kanye, President Masisi shared that the program, the first of its kind, will unleash great potential among farmers who are eager to produce food for the country. With the Moletlotlo, government will help debush farms at a reasonable cost, subsidize tractors and its implements, among other mouth-watering offerings.
Masimo a matona o bo inela gape gore tshimo ya gago o itse mekono le gore e kana kang ka bophara o se ka re nya wa se ka tsena o se ka tsena e be go tretolo mo go tona e nna tshimo e tona le a ka nna 2,000 5,000 hectares go kopantswe masimo a batho ba le bantsintsi a lengwa ka nako e le mohela re tsamaela go ha le sa bone ra tšhentšha re batla gore le tsela tse nne di riana go nne morero mme le re reng ka pele se ka la diega kana nna ke itlhaganetse botautona ba ba hela ke batla go dira tiro.
President Masisi encouraged locals to embrace this program, citing more jobs to be created.
Lenaneo le kana gongwe ha o tlhaloganya lenaneo le la temo le tlotlo ke lenaneo la phetlo mebereko ka gore ha le ka lela tlhoko ha le tlhatloga le tsena mo go ba go simolla ka ba hagare go simolla go ribologa metswedi ya mebereko.
In addition, registration under the Moletlotlo will be digitalized to reduce paperwork and increase productivity.
Go a ikwadisiwa jaanong la tamele lo ikwadise go tsenngwa mo maranyaneng o tlhoka o manghela la ha o mo itse ka tlhogo o itse dinomoro tsa teng wa tsena teng hela o ba bolella nomoro ya gago ya o mang nomoro ya gago ya cell phone ba re na nnatso o bo tsengwa mo maranyaneng o bo kwadisa ka gore e tsamaiswa ka maranyane re rialo re raya gore jaanong mo tsatsing la gompieno ka re tlhalose jalo gore ISPAD jaanong o hedile go simologa temo.
As many are ways close together and bring much-needed rainfall soon, His Excellency also challenged farmers to change their mindset, agree with fellow neighbors, as some developments under the Moletlotlo might result in realignment of their farms for easy access and development. Gilikelezwe Somolekai, BTV News.
The government aspires to close the gap between the rich and the poor, as spelled out in the country's National Vision 2036. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi said this when donating 2 high-quality Simmental and Brahman bulls to Mr. Musimane Wabula Kumo and Mr. Sesedi Sikube, respectively, during a Khotla meeting in Kanye this morning. Monica Setwaela.
The Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Fidelis Molao, handing over certificates to Mr. Kumo and Mr. Sikube, testament they are now owners of high-quality bulls. As champion of Vision 2036, President Masisi says his mission is to demonstrate and become exemplary to the transformation agenda.
E se ka ra itebala re itse gore re tshela le barwa ra rona mme ebile re ira yalo ka mowa wa go thusana o re o rarabolotseng mo lenaneong la rona le tebelopele la Vision 2036 le ka lone re batlang gore ra tumalane bahumanegi kana ba senang le ba bana le sepe re ngotle pharologanyo gareng ga bone re oketse dijo re rotloetse ba itekang
di thathobilwe di supile ha di le dipoo e ka mannete mme re sologela gore ba ba abetsweng le bone tla re ga ba ntse ba tsweletse ba nne bo mampudinyana jaaka tautonana a bua le bone ba atolle lebogo la bone ba kgone go abela ba bangwe ba ba tshelang le bone.
Mr. Kumo and Mr. Sukube, who are farmers, share a humble story inspired by the love of cattle rearing.
Ne ke koropa mo koporasing ya motlakase BPC go ne gona le re go torre ba imedi mmopi na le moraka ko mokane lwa botlhano a morakeng rona ra tantshing ga tla mo go nna gore mme ka mosoke ka taiwa ka eng ka lemphorwana la bojalo ga le hobe
kgomo ya ntlha ke e rekile ka madi a malengana gompieno ke hano hapele ga morahi jaaka motsadi kgotsa jaaka motho yo modimo a kileng a utlwa hana rapela.
Community leaders appreciated the gifts.
Dipotse tautse na re di lebogela thata gore be o tlo go di abela batho mono borra ba lo amogetseng dikgoma ke re lo utlwe gore ngwa tsona e tswa go gantsi jana ha e tswa go gantsi e tla ka kwano la itse gore e tlhoka tlhokomelo e ntseng yang
re go leboge monga rona gore o bo re hile peo yeo re neetseng mo mosong wa tsatsi la gompieno ke peo ka re solohela gore e tla re mo nakong e sa hediseng pelo kana go pele.
Farmers were encouraged to also participate in the value chain development of the sector, including utilizing the Ramatlabama Artificial Insemination Center. Monica Satswaila, BTV News.
A group of aspiring entrepreneurs presented their ideas in a pitching contest that was presided over by an international panel of judges from various fields in the diamond industry. One of the standout presentations was from Mr. Thapelo Mothatego, who unveiled an innovative process through which he can turn waste products from cutting and polishing diamonds into new nano diamonds, which can be used to power quantum computers. The pitching contest took place during the Facets 2023 Diamond Conference in Gaborone. Tulufelo Tombale.
The second edition of Facets Diamond Conference brought together speakers from all over the world to have broad discussions about the future of and the challenges experienced by the global diamond industry. And during the conference, a platform was also created for Botswana's youth to present their vision for this country's future in diamonds. The second and third place winners of the pitch contest shared their ideas that earned the judges' approval.
The pitch that I gave to the competition was to transform our current operations into a one-stop service center. Currently, we are providing diamond manufacturing services. Yes, sir. I think that what the judges liked about my pitch was the fact that our business is in the midstream segment of the diamond value chain.
Yeah, I think the judges like that the pitch is different because it's not a usual pitch within the diamond industry. This is like a scientific innovation sort of. So it's not like in the luxury industry per se, but it's utilizing like waste from the luxury industry and then repurposing it to use it scientifically to make nano diamonds which find like really good uses among different industries.
The organizers of Facets 2023 Diamond Conference assert that even though Botswana has gained recognition for its rough diamonds, the country has bright, enterprising youth who can transform the industry and who need to be nurtured.
People in Botswana are known for their rough diamonds, which are fabulous, of course, but we do feel this entrepreneurial spirit that there is, and I think today was the example of that. We wanted to hear what the youth, the next generation, had to say and how they were evolving, how they were taking an industry that they were maybe familiar with, but not quite, and had to further develop. And here we got to see that, right? We had over 27 pitches that were sent in, of which a selection was made, and 5 of them came through. And we're so happy that we had it because it was a little bit of everything.
At the close of the conference, the stakeholders from government and industry were encouraged to invest in the ideas and innovations that were presented, ensuring transformation that goes beyond economic prosperity, aiming to benefit society and the environment as well. Tsholofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
Residents of Masuadi 20 Ward in Molapole North constituency say they have sleepless nights due to high incidents of crime that not only threaten lives but have a negative impact on the community's reputation. They conveyed these grievances during a recent Khotla meeting addressed by Member of Parliament Mr. Wabilwe Rogoeng. Bokamoso Kutsafalo.
In line with the democratic tradition of seeking input from the people, the MP for Molapole North, Wabile Rogoeng, has embarked on a series of Khotla meetings that are aimed at engaging with the local residents regarding their daily concerns. This provided an opportunity for them to voice out their challenges, especially the increasing crime rates.
Batho ba tsohela go ba tswang teng ko dikgoteng tse di kgakala kwa ba tlile go tholela leso le le sisibanyang gone hela gona morago ga rona yaanong dilo tse dintse jalo di baya kgotla e kana kgaowe mo boleng bo seng bone matshwenyego a rona ka mo kgaolong e ya Masuadi 20 go tletse borukutlo bo bontsi thata.
Mongamine ke kopa gore a o ka ska wa re buelela bogolo ga irwa office ela la e kana ile one room hela ga no go na le mapodisi ka kwano ka gore motse ka kwano o ka re ka go thoko ga re simola re kwa mapodisi ga bana dikoloi.
The area MP had a chance to respond to the challenges as presented by his constituents, and a new police station was promised that will be built to deal with issues of crime in the area.
Bane ba tswa ko hela beta ba thala leswe le hadi mme ke le kope ka gore batho ba irang jana ba bangwe ba taba le tshitsa ka dikoloi ha o sa kgone go bua nae tsaya nomore ya koloi yoneo gore te ye go supala gore ke yone e dirileng jana ka re yo ka tshwarang a le nosi ene ke na ta ntshang ba bang kansele e irile thulaganyo ya gore e ntsha dipampiri tse dintshotse tse le gore ha go na le se o ka la tsenya mo teng o ye go di kopa ampo go ba BDC ba di le kopela gore le swelo thelo sa di optsote tso sa di tlhokeng go ngo di tsenye mo e be le gore kolo ya council e katla ya be heta e ka ditsa ya go datela go tshwanetseng teng.
Police e ke buang ka yone ka sengwe le sengwe se hedile le setsha se teng a kry-a go dio tse di emiswe ke ditsha ke tsere kgato ra rulaganya ka setsha sa be sa nna teng land board ya ntsha setsha ya senela police se teng ha tendera la e goroga mo one tseng tendera o ta ba tlhamala agwa.
Residents were also implored to uphold the spirit of self-reliance and explore other programs designed to enhance their quality of life, including a forthcoming agricultural initiative named the Moletlotlo. Bokamoso Kutsafalo, BTV News, Molepolole.
The Deputy Kgosi of Botswana, Kgosi Kealitile Moremi, has applauded the Ministry of Defense and Security for opening a child-friendly center in Maung. Speaking at the center's handover ceremony, Kgosi Kealitile Moremi noted that the facility will help in decreasing incidents of child abuse in Maung and surrounding areas. Love more, Mario.
In 2021, the Ministry of Defense and Security, in partnership with Botswana Police, made the decision to establish a child-friendly center aimed at addressing child abuse cases throughout the country. The Deputy Chief of Botswana, Ms. Kialitile Moremi, who graced the handover ceremony in Mau, mentioned that her village has been battling with issues of abuse and the establishment of this center would contribute to a reduction in such incidents.
Bana ba bolaiwa bosotlogo ke borre gote ke borra bone dithubetso di dintsi hela thata bana bangwe ga ba tlhokomelwe ke batsadi ba bone ba ithokomolosa boikarabelo jwa bone.
Maikelo a rona re le sepodisi ke gore di-district tsa rona tsotlhe di kgone go nna le at least one child-friendly center to cater for the provision of services relating to the child.
The Minister of Defense and Security, Mr. Kagiso Musi, emphasized the commitment of safeguarding children and ensuring that justice is upheld as an absolute priority.
Ke letsa go simolla ka go gatella maikemisetso a tsepameng a puso mo pabalesegong ya setšhaba jaaka go papamaditswe mo maitlamong a tebelopele ya setšhaba ya 2036 bogolo jang letshego la tsamaiso puso thokgamo le kagiso governance, peace and security. Letshego le tlhalosa fa tikologo e senang borukutli e le botlhokwa mo go lereng kagiso le thitibalo.
Over 384 experts and officers dealing with child abuse cases in Botswana received training throughout the support of British High Commission and UNICEF.
The importance of the establishment of child-friendly courts was highlighted. Again, this is not so much about establishing physical structures, but much more about ensuring that as children that participate in the criminal justice process, they are not re-traumatized, that they do not need to face perpetrators.
We've worked with UNICEF, as you heard, to develop standard operating procedures for those working with vulnerable victims.
This marks the 8th child-friendly center to be opened nationwide, and it is the second one in the Northwest region, with the most recent one having been opened in Shakawe. Lavmo Mario, BTV News, Maung.
Botswana Defence Force officials have noted with concern rising incidents of gender-based violence, suicide and depression among its members. In their efforts to mitigate these threats to the well-being of soldiers, the BDF will step up efforts to provide mental health support for soldiers. This was stated by the BDF Deputy Commander, Major General Jacob Selo, during a lecture on mental health held at Sesrezakama Barracks. Kumiso Mapanyani reports.
Even though mental health issues affects everyone, this lecture will facilitate support and unity to tackle issues of mental health through various health departments. Major General Selo says by providing psychological support on mental health issues to the men and women in uniform, focusing on their family matters, financial problems and other mental issues is one of the key priorities that the organization will consider to provide support in combating stress and other related issues.
Today's lectures come at a time when the Botswana Defence Force is challenged by severe adversities peddled by an increased prevalence of cases of suicide and gender-based violence. The increase in suicide, ladies and gentlemen, and gender-based violence show a true reflection of the country's picture, which has one of the world's highest suicide rates. They say between 2021 and 2022, Botswana recorded 749 cases of suicide. Today's mass lecture seeks to sensitize us as members of the Botswana Defence Force and our families on various mental health issues and available programs aimed at improving our livelihoods.
Mental health experts are ready to offer support whenever the need arises.
So I have been told that the BDF provides many resources or many avenues where you can get loans. So it turns out that some people abuse those loans, those benefits, and then you pile what's that the loan is and then you eventually take home and then you get depressed. So that will be something that you need to take responsibility for. Njololone is something that you should take responsibility for, and then talk about what you're going through.
Try and disconnect from the emotional aspect of you. It's not a great coping strategy, but it happens often, and it leads to certain problems when it's prolonged. So the emotional aspect of you is not manifesting in you. It might be that you are on survival mode. It's some form of a survival behavior to cope with combat stress.
The BDF has so far indicated that they have not dismissed anyone based on GBV matters. However, as an organization, they do not tolerate it. Kumiso Mapanyani, BTV News, Mogodisane.
A senior forensic scientist from Botswana Police, Ms. Tirelo Marope, continued giving evidence this morning before Broadhurst Chief Magistrate, indicating that in all the clothing items which she received to link blood samples with the DNA found in the clothes, it emerged that the accused person, Elliot Njali, was the one wearing them. Marope was being cross-examined by the defense lawyer for the third and fourth accused person, Ms. Tankosana Ngwenya, who wanted to know what she was tasked to do and how many blood samples and clothing items she had received. Ms. Marope told the court that she was given 7 items to perform a DNA test in all of them. She says of the 7 items, 4 of them were blood samples and the other 3 were clothing items, which included a cap, a woolen glove and a sweater. According to the particulars of the offense, the quartet of Muthusi Alfred Matomela, Thapelo Lukobe, Mzwandile Mazibuko and Elliot Njali are charged with robbing G4S over 2 million pula in October 2021 at 10 Right Mall in Mogodisane. They also face further charges of unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition, as well as unlawful possession of goods stolen outside the country. Moving on, 3 suspects who are family members in Lerala appeared before Khosi Sello Moroka for possession of 2 slaughtered cows that are suspected to have been stolen. The arrests are as a result of the countrywide efforts by Botswana Police to combat livestock theft.
The trio of Bubuakwana cattle posts were found in possession of processed dried meat suspected to be from the carcass of suspected stolen cattle. These suspects faced their fate when law enforcement officers approached them to question the authenticity of the meat they were found in possession of. Hence, suspicious arise as law enforcement arrested them. Botswana Police spokesperson Assistant Commissioner Dipeko Mutube is concerned that cattle rustlers have resorted to steal other farmers' cattle and slaughter them to sell meat in Tsopon North.
Go tlhabiwa dikgomo tsatsi le letsatsi mme fa re leng teng fa re bona matubako le marope a supang gore go tiro e dirwang go melora go meswang e supang gore tsatsi le letsatsi go lebagale gore dikgomo di a tlhabiwa ebile go apewa dikgomo di a tlhabiwa go supa gore go na le mokgwa mongwe wa bogodu jwa leruo o diragalang kana mokgwa mongwe wa go tlhaba leruo o sa tlhamallang ka gore re itse sentle gore leruo le tlhabiwa jang mme ga o bona digwapa re tla go di bona mo sekgweng se se kitlaneng se se tshwanang le se go a supa gore ruri go na le bothata ka dikgang tsa bogodu jwa leruo mo kgaolong ena.
Some of the farmers said that they have formed clusters to fight stock theft.
Matshwenyo wa rona gore re dire mokgatho ke go nyelelwa ke leruo. Gore bona go le maleba gore re dire mokgatho wa ntebele ke go lebele. Mo nakong ya gompieko go tla le pharologanyo ka mabaka a khomokhumo.
Jwala rena ya re ilo fula le ruri se re thole re le bona. Ra bona gona le tshwenyego la gore re ipope gore re tere kgone go lwantsha bogodu jwa leruo kana ntebela ke go lebele ka tsela nngwe re dirisang. Mokhumo e dira tiro ene moreto go supa lautala lona re ta nna le mašeta ka gore re na le backup.
Thata jo botona e le gone gore beng ba leruo tota ba e leng gore ba senyegetswe mo go lone ga se bone ba e leng gore ba le ithekisetsa, batho ba le utswa mo go bone ba le rekisa. Se se botlhoko ke gore go be go tlhabiwa dikgomo tse go sena thekegelo gore a kgomo ya dusa, a ke namane, a ke poo e leng gore motho e rekile ka madi a sa emeleleng.
Farmers have been urged to support Khomukumo operatives as that could help bring more culprits to face the law.
Healthcare practitioners are advised to closely monitor patients after dispensing medication to help fight risks that are associated with adverse drug reactions. This was highlighted by Botswana Medicines Regulatory Authority, BOMRA, at Bokamoso Private Hospital when launching a drug monitoring center. Refilwe Mutube.
Statistics gathered by the Botswana Medicines Regulatory Authority indicates that the 10-year period between 2009 and 2019, only 18 patients were recorded to have reacted to specific medications they were given by medical practitioners. But after that, the numbers have since risen to almost 1,000 countrywide. It was, however, clarified that before medications are authorized for use, they go through intensive tests to help reduce the risk of drug reactions on patients.
Botswana Medicines Regulatory Authority's mandate is to ensure that all medications used in the country meets the required quality, efficacy and safety standards. So the Bokamoso Hospital Adverse Drug Reaction Monitoring Center, which opened, which you're witnessing today, is the 12th area monitoring center.
The Bokamoso Private Hospital, which is spearheading this launch, has managed to train its staff on how to handle patients with adverse drug reactions.
Pharmacovigilance, jaaka na go buiwa earlier, ke go tlhokomela melemo le didiriswa tse di dirisiwang mo bathong mo balwetseng. Re lebile quality go re boleng jwa dilo tseo, safety gore ga di morai mo balwetseng le mo bathong, le efficacy kana efficiency gore dio tseo di a bereka ka tsela e re sologelang gore di tla bereka ka yone.
The main reason we partnered with BOMRA on the pharmacovigilance monitoring is we've been doing it on our own for quite a while now and sending it up, all our adverse drug events that we've found in the hospital or identified in the hospital, we would be sending on our own to BOMRA. I think there's a need for a more inclusiveness around in this area, not just the hospital reporting on the adverse drug events. And that's, I think, one of the big reasons we've partnered with them to open this reporting center or monitoring center. And that will allow all the medical facilities in the area around us to also use the facility.
Botswana Medicines Regulatory Authority intends to partner with different health institutions in training personnel on adverse drug reactions. Refilwe Mutube, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Northwest Council has resolved to disregard the advice of its attorney, who had advised the council to remain neutral in a case in which former council chairman Mr. Kebadiris Ntsogotlo and his deputy Mr. Lekone Masonko had taken the council before court, challenging the manner in which they were unseated, further requesting that they be reinstated and be paid full salaries of their previous positions. Maranyane Samakata.
Council attorney Mr. Ozoletse Mupo had suggested to the council not to oppose nor defend in the court case, as they are not in a better position to win it, citing that the decision to pass a motion of no confidence on the former leaders was taken against the council secretary's advice that it was unprocedural to do so.
If we are to oppose that application, in terms of the law and in terms of procedure, we will have to file an affidavit by Mr. Katora himself. And that would go to the root of this case. Hari la lo ari ke ne ka advise. Go senya di-paragraph tsotlhe tsa affidavit ya gago gore ta bua a reng ha ke a oppose jaanong.
Councillors called for the council to oppose.
Council e tshwanetse ya dumala le nna ka go ja pele gore re go defenda this case ka ke case ya council e sa eta modula stilo mothusi wa gagwe le yone council ka bo yone re na le boemedi ja semolao jo tshwanetse ja ema ka dinao ja defender all the processes and procedures that happens within this institution.
Ga bua gore the Local Government Act modula stilo re iturile ha kae ga bua gore the standing order that are the statutes tse re na le tsone se se turilwe ha kae ka na tsena in details ke ana sa tsena mo go tsone gore ye ga ra tsamaya sentle re tule standing order ramasware so rona re guide like this standing order gone so se re tsamaisa.
Others embraced Mr. Mupo's proposal.
It's a very wise move for the council a be sa tse position because the way ka honorable Mupo a tharusa ka teng yeah it will be maphakela hela be nna re loser re council ka gore anta be re lwa le statement se se dirwe ke rona kana le affidavit ya ha council secretary.
Once you know we take the position to oppose for we are mandated to make an affidavit what we are aiming for an accounting officer which are like over a statement.
Mr. Ntsogotlo and Mr. Masoko were ousted from office in May this year for allegedly failing to address pertinent issues in the district. Maranyani Samakata, BTV News, Maung.
Liza Osekeng is standing by to give us latest in sports. Liza?
Khomoso, how are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Yes.
Not so great news coming from the mayor's camp.
Yeah, but I am hoping that they will overturn the result on Tuesday. Thank you so much, Khomoso Mapane. Good evening. My name is Liza Osekeng with your world of sport. And starting off with today's Paris 2024 Olympic women's qualifiers, the Maize started off on a bad note, suffering a 2-0 defeat against Tanzania at Chamazi Sport Complex in Dar es Salaam. Tanzania opened the scoreboard 2 minutes into the first half through a penalty scored by Opa Clement before Aisha Masaka netted the second goal in the dying minutes of the game to secure a 2-0 victory for the home side. The Maize are expected back home this Saturday, where they will prepare for their second leg billed for Tuesday at the National Stadium. In the other match played this afternoon, Uganda are also on the safe side after defeating Cameroon 2-0, while Morocco is currently leading Namibia by a solitary goal.
I think first half, but especially the first 2 minutes, we were not concentrating. We lost concentration and we conceded a very silly goal, which I feel we should not have conceded that goal. Sometimes it's because we adjust ourselves a bit late. And then secondly, we allowed them to play. And they were able to play to switch directions. You could see because we are allowing too much space for Botswana. But overall, they were not that much above us. The chances are not as frequent as we would want. We created those chances, but they not for now, our focus is what they've done here, we can also do it at home. So it's like you're focus. Especially to close the spaces and to be as quick. You have to go all the way and attack them and not try to defend deep as we thought if we close them up and then play those counters would. But it didn't work according to our plan, but going back home, I think we'll give them another game in order to
Chief Executive Officer of FNB Kazungula Bridge Marathon, Obert Morgan, says it is important to focus on improving all aspects of the annual race in order to attract elite runners from across the globe, as well as promoting health and fitness. Morgan highlighted this at a media briefing in Gaborone, where the local organizing committee launched new sponsorship deals for the 2024 edition to be held in February. Lydia Poloko with more.
The third edition of the Kazungula Bridge Marathon is expected to set the pace as one of the leading races in the road running calendar in the country, as the organizers look to attract over 5,000 runners to the village of Kasani. However, for that to happen, it is crucial that the marathon coordinators secure the much-needed resources to develop the event.
With all the sponsors we just came in, we are now in total of 20 sponsors, right? 20 sponsors, which is quite remarkable. It's not easy to get these deals in, right? Sometimes we have more reception. So now, like have more reception, you could have more reception 20 times, but you usually allow 21.
Following the launch of the FNB sponsorship extension earlier this year, the event organizers on Thursday morning revealed additional partnership deals with Botswana Post and CA Sales.
By collaborating with us, the marathon now has access to a postal network spanning firstly 130 postal operation points, which is our brick and mortar. But then we are looking at more than 234 touch points, including our partnerships that have got choppies in them. And we also have other partners who just came on board, such as Pick and Pay. And of course, we are also a partner of Spark. And we know these partnerships are going to be rolled out to ensure that Botswana generally are able to access service through the post office, not only at the postal counter, but at the postal extended partnership. And we will be launching, end of October, our digital post, which is going to be the post in the palm of your hand.
The category that the CEO spoke about, which is quite important to us to an inclusive brand and ensure that we don't leave anybody behind. We will be calling you to our other activations to speak more in terms of what we want to achieve with people with disabilities and ensure that in the world of marathons, Kazungula becomes a reference point for not just the able-bodied runners, but for everybody who has an interest in the business of running.
I see great potential in the event. We are all probably aware of the Comrades Marathon over in South Africa. So who's to say that this cannot become similar for Botswana and bring in those kind of numbers? I mean, already the numbers that you presented, amazing. And it's an amazing work, but I think that we are very lucky as NJ to come in as early as we can and hopefully are able to build the brand of the FNB KBM into something that's known majorly worldwide.
The 2024 FNB Kazungula Bridge Marathon is slated for the 24th of February, where the winners of the main 42.2-kilometer elite class will each walk away with 75,000 bulam. Lydia Poloko, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, UB Hawks and Muchudi Center Chiefs will be looking to register their first wins in the 2023-2024 First Division South League when they lock horns in a Week 3 encounter slated for University of Botswana Stadium on Saturday. Khomozo Safako.
First Division South, New Boys Hawks have only managed a point after 1-1 draw with Notwani and losing 2-0 against Extension Gunners last weekend. The students currently occupy position 11 with a single point. Assistant coach Kabelo Setso says despite their loss to Gunners, there were positives to pick and some grey areas on which to improve, such as converting the chances they create.
Difference so it's a very competitive league. The margin of the points. But look at the season as a whole. We like to see ourselves in the top 4. We are still really like going we got the key here, but top 4, at least top 4. In terms of the results, we are not happy. But in terms of performance, display, as we love the team to play. We are really impressed with the boys. So like you are saying, against Ghana, we created a lot of chances that we didn't want to capitalize on. So
the mood is high, obviously, because since Chief Sealy team is also in terms of quality of the players and also the supporters. It's a quite great team, great side. So it's a motivation to ourselves because even though it's a bigger team, we have nothing much to prove because that's football. We just have to play our normal game. And yeah, we're expecting a high quality game against the side.
On the other side, Magosi have also had a poor start to the season as they managed only a point against Desert Ngau before losing 1-0 to URI Black Forest. Chiefs will be hoping to turn around their season this weekend as they are aiming for promotion into the Elite League.
We are playing against a team that plays similar to us. We both try to keep the ball on the ground and go at each other, you know. So in other words, what I'm saying about this game is that we are playing against ourselves. And playing against yourself, it means that you know how you overcome things. Therefore, we should have that advantage or the knowledge of how to overcome them coming at us. But this is football. You can go there, have a good day. You can go there, have a bad day. Of course, we are preparing and hoping to get a positive results, which we must. I must emphasize this. We must get a positive result. And for me, at this stage, positive result is 3 points. I'm encouraging the boys. I'm motivating the boys. The boys are determined to give a better result because they know they can give better than what they've already given.
In other First Division South matches to be played this weekend, City Pola hosts Notwane at SSG grounds, while Mogollitsano Fighters welcomes on form Extension Gunners at Holgos Park. Lastly, Flamingo Santos will travel to Sabong where they will face bottom place Desert Ngau at Sabong VDC grounds. Only 2 games are scheduled for Sunday as Prisons 11 visit URI Black Forest in Maukodi, while Tlokwe United have a mountain to climb as the host leaders joining Young Stars at Tlokwe VDC grounds. Khomza Sefako, UTV Sport, Gaborone.
Khomozo Sefako was bringing us to the end of our sport bulletin for tonight, and Khomozo Mapani is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories.
Thank you so much, Liza. Until we meet again tomorrow, have yourself a fantastic evening, ma'am.
Likewise.
Thank you so much. That was Liza Osegeng with the latest in sports. Right now, let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Newly launched the Mole Tlotlo initiative to realign farming in Botswana towards a more commercial approach. Botswana Defence Force concerned with rising incidents of gender-based violence, suicide and depression among its members. And in sports, the men start off on a bad note, suffering a 2-0 defeat against host Tanzania in a Paris 2024 Olympic qualifier. That's all that we had for you this evening. BTV News, Ikanya Rona, #BW Mindset Change, Cheng. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramoton. This afternoon we recorded the highest maximum temperature of 41 degrees Celsius at Khanzi and Veda, followed by 40 degrees Celsius at Mau, Shakawe, Nojani, Tsani and Letlakan. We also had some rainfall activities yesterday over some areas at Northeast, and the following are some of the amounts that were recorded this morning at 8 o'clock. 17 millimeters at Nlamakwena Primary School, 7 at Masojani Primary School, 3 at Ruben Buzwanis Farm, 2 at Masunga Primary School, and 1 at Khari Primary School. Tomorrow we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers over Ngamilen, Khanzi, Kgalagadi and Southern, but over southeast Khatlenkwene, central, northeast and Chobe, we're expecting only few pairs of clouds to be visible. In the morning, we're expecting minimums of 14 at Jwane and Veda, 16 at Zabo, 21 at Tsani, 20 at Khanzi, 19 in Gaborone and at Silvepikwe, 20 at Francistown, 21 at Letlhakane and Panmatenga, 22 at Shakawe and Gumare, 23 at Mau. And in the afternoon, Very hot temperatures are expected over southern southeast Gauteng, southern central and northeast, with the maximums ranging from 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. But over northern central, Chobe, Ngamile and Khanti and Kgalagadi, we're expecting extremely hot temperatures in the afternoon, with the maximums ranging from 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. And as for the fire report, this reddish spot shows wildfires which are currently burning in some areas of the country. Tomorrow, the fire danger index shows dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions over most areas of the country. Therefore, the public is advised to handle fire with caution and to avoid starting unnecessary wildfires. Moving on with the weather forecast for this coming weekend. Isolated thunder showers are expected over most areas in southern southeast Gauteng and Kweni on Saturday and Sunday, with very hot afternoon temperatures on Saturday, but on Sunday we're expecting warm afternoon temperatures. And over Khanzi still we're expecting isolated thunder showers on Saturday and Sunday, with very hot afternoon temperatures on Saturday, but on Sunday we're expecting hot afternoon temperatures. And over Kgalagadi we're expecting cloudy conditions on Saturday with hot afternoon temperatures, but on Sunday we're expecting some isolated thunder showers with warm temperatures in the afternoon. But over Chobe and Ngamiland, we're expecting isolated thunder showers this coming weekend with extremely hot afternoon temperatures on Saturday, but on Sunday, we're expecting hot afternoon temperatures. Over southern central and northeast, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions on Saturday with extremely hot afternoon temperatures, but on Sunday, we're expecting isolated thunder showers with warm afternoon temperatures. And over northern and central, we're expecting isolated thunder showers this coming weekend with extremely hot afternoon temperatures on Saturday, but on Sunday, we're expecting very hot afternoon temperatures. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.